Jack Black, Naomi Watts and Adrien Brody are the stars of King Kong, which starts shooting next week. And it's a heavyweight cast too. Brody is an Oscar winner for The Pianist. Watts was nominated for an Academy Award in 21 Grams, and Black's a proven box office winner in movies like School of Rock. Mary Darrow was in Wellington for the news conference.
I'd love to introduce Naomi Watts, who's playing Darrow.
It was the moment the movie world's been waiting for, the first look at the stars of Peter Jackson's latest epic.
I remember thinking to myself while I was watching Lord of the Rings, man, I have got to get an audition for whatever he does next. What is he going to do next? And then I thought, that's just stupid. Everybody is going to want to be in his next film. Better to just put it out of your mind. And then I got the call to come in and talk with them about King Kong, and that's one of the calls, you know, you wait your whole life to get a call like that, and then it was just like, don't blow it, buddy. Keep it cool.
While Black was attracted by the idea of working with Jackson, so too were Naomi Watts and Adrien Brody.
I mean, it's pretty obvious why I would be here. I've been a fan of Peter's work, and this is kind of a chance to have the best of both worlds, because here we are working on an incredibly creative and I'm sure visually stunning, you know, grand picture, and yet the characters have some depth.
When you choose a film, there's so many elements that you have to think of, but for me, generally speaking, the first thing is the director, and having seen most of Peter's work, you know, when I got the call to come and meet, it was hugely exciting.
What have you guys been told about working and living here?
I know some of the people from the Lord of the Rings, and I had run into them, you know, in the weeks leading up to coming here, and I had heard just nothing but great things about this team of people and the city itself, and great places to go, and so only good things.
People are really polite. To me, there's been no screaming. That's the only thing that bums me out back in LA, is that when people scream, and they don't scream out of like, oh my God, there goes the sexy Jack Black. They scream like, yeah, let's rock, man! And it scares the crap out of me.
That type of reaction tends to come from Black's horde of young male fans, a fact pointed out during the press conference, leading to some unintentional humour.
You're thinking of the other wacko jacko.
Black plays Denham, a filmmaker trying to make a name for himself. Brody fills the role of Jack Driscoll, the unlikely hero, while Watts faces the tough job of filling Fay Wray's shoes.
She did a wonderful job, and you know, going back and seeing the movie several times and seeing, you know, what she did is quite beautiful. And luckily enough, we got the opportunity to meet her all together in New York, and it was just a really lovely evening.
Shooting begins on Monday, and for Jackson it will be the culmination of a dream which began right back when he was 13, making models based on the 1933 classic.
I got as far as building a cardboard model of the Empire State Building, and I painted a backdrop on my mother's sheet, an old bed sheet of the New York skyline to put behind it, and I made a little rubber model of King Kong and some dinosaurs, but it never really got much further than that.
All these years on, Jackson's again indulged in model making, constructing this replica boat for the movie, once again taking us on a trip through his vivid imagination.